Good morning. I am completely, utterly exhausted. I am beyond the word exhausted. I am so tired until this morning. I am soliciting your prayers because I am that exhausted. Aroma, I'm tired. Alicia Carr, I'm tired. Tasha Lady T. Tisdale. Trudy, I like the way you say that name. I'm tired. Gigi, I am so exhausted. But I have to keep on going. But as I woke up this morning, because I have to hurry up and run to a meeting because I'm running a little late because I was traveling. I was in Scarsdale, New York, to Woodbury, to now Brooklyn, then Short Hills, from Short Hills to Jersey. I'm tired. And this is just what it is. I think a lot of times, Elder Deloria, I'm getting ready. Timothy said, get on the rest ministry. I don't think people realize how much I move, I work, and I build the kingdom. Someone said, you look tired, rest beautiful. I am exhausted. That is something that a lot of people don't like it when I say it, but I say something. I'll rest later. But I'm about kingdom business. And a lot of people really don't know how much I have done for the kingdom, or even how much I still do. And so a lot of times when people walk with me and they come to this great discovery that you did all of that, they're shocked. And so I'm saying this for a reason. I'm saying this because I want you to get confirmation before you do something. I need you to do that. Golda, you're going up the timeline. I prayed for you last week because I saw you crying. I saw it. So last night I was talking to my girl Tiffany, and I think people really don't know I'm 50, getting ready to be 51. And I think, Wesley, they don't know how much I have done for the kingdom. I think people believe that I rolled over one day and I became this leader. When people don't realize I've been leading for years. I was talking to a few bishops, powerful bishops, and he said something to me. He said, wow. He said, people really don't know your story. I am leading people, and God has petitioned me and even you to do this. And so someone said, put your oxygen, you can't help others before you help yourself. Nikki, you're right. And so I am doing my work. And so he said, how did you protect yourself all of these years? How did you do that? And my response to him was, I set standards for myself. And so I want you to understand that you must set standards in all that you do. You must set standards, never mind goals, because you could have goals and don't have standards. The standards, Minister Leary said, they just don't know. They really don't. The standards allow you not just to maintain your goals, but to do your goals without the camaraderie of foolishness and intermingling with people who will steal your joy and ruin your name. And so I'm saying this. Most of you have to look at your standards, not just your standards, Rebecca, not just your standards in First Lady Platter said, you've been working for a long time. Most people look at your standards in dating, but your standards in business and work ethics are important. I'm saying this for a reason. Before I do anything, I consult God. And if God does not confirm what he wants me to do, a sister is not doing it. Yesterday, as I got out of the car, I began to pray because I realized that what I was getting ready to do with my husband is beyond important until it's going to blow the minds of people. And as I began to get out of the car, I said, God, before I walk, excuse me. No, I'm not sorry. I said, before I walk into the building and meet the bishops, before I walk inside of the building, my husband, Fred, and I need you to confirm if this is God. Before I shut the car off, before I shut the car off, before I put my key out of the ignition and in my bag, I left the key in the ignition because the confirmation was walking inside of the building. Unbeknownst to me, this man of God was walking inside of the building at the same time I was asking God to confirm if this is what you want me to do. Kim just went up the timeline and said, I learned this the hard way. This is confirmation. Let this be your confirmation. I want you to confirm. Don't you sign nothing until you get confirmation. Don't you move nowhere before you get confirmation. Bettina, congratulations on the book. I'll see you at She Favor. Don't you give nobody nothing until you get confirmation. I'll be in Newark later. Don't you do nothing. Don't you take another step. Don't you sign no divorce. Don't you get married. Don't do nothing until God confirms it. Don't you move until God, don't you have surgery until you hear God say, use that doctor. Don't you breathe without confirmation from God first. It is so imperative. It's so imperative. It's so imperative. It's so imperative. You gonna mess something up moving in your flesh. Gosh, I'm gonna tell you this. You gonna mess it up moving in your flesh because you want what you want and you did not wait for God to confirm if this be your will. If God said my will is good, is perfect, and it is acceptable, don't you accept nothing if it not be the will of God. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show y'all something later. Y'all going to be like, oh, hell. Oh, y'all going to lose it. I said, God, I need you to confirm this thing. Before Lord Renee, I took the key and turned the car off. The confirmation was walking through the parking lot. God told me, if I told you the stuff, that God is confirming, the Holy Spirit told me, someone said, you gonna mess me up this morning. Well, Natasha Wilson, this is what it is. You better not consult nobody. Ask God first. God will use men in situation and people that you don't even know to confirm the very thing that you got in his face. Do you know God confirmed this thing? I'm going to tell you how the confirmation came. The confirmation came when somebody who was a bishop that laid hands on me years ago. I have not seen this bishop in years. When I say years, he is I think he almost 90. What he doing hobbling around? Child, he was in his right mind. He was strong. He was walking. He was skipping. He looked at me. And someone said, I'm already messed up. And for the first time, my father is deceased. He looked at me and he said, daughter, I'm proud of you. And wrapped his arms around me, and boom, I broke down crying right there in the parking lot. He said, I'm proud of you. And my father never said, I'm proud of you. But this meant something to me. It meant something to me. It meant something to me. The Lord told me, he said, I've asked God for something. And I promise you, this is not for y'all to get the soul. I know what God told me to do concerning the people and how the people are going to witness God like never before. I'm going to keep on working. Whether you help, sow, whatever, I'm going to keep if I'm listen to me, God bless you, Pastor. If I'm in the parking lot living in a box, I trust God. It's not about y'all. It's about trusting God. I promise you, I said to Michelle, I said, sow this. She's on here. And I did it. And no sooner than she did it, I sat down and saw God. The Holy Spirit told me, he said, be careful what you ask me for in this season. He said, because I am going to give it to you because of your workmanship. He said, be careful what you ask me for because I'm going to give it to you because of your workmanship. You are obedient unto death. And I don't care if you throw dirt on me today. We're praying for the Samuel family or whatever the young man's name is. I am going to be in the face of God till I die. I can't tell you what you're doing, but I believe everything the man tells me to do. If he tell me, if God told me right now, don't eat nothing, I've done it for 30 days. Trust me. Do you think I'm losing weight now? I'm going to look like a straight crackhead. Whatever God tells me to do, I trust him. I trust God so much. I trust him. And I'm sorry if you don't. Maybe you need to go back and ask him to forgive you because you missed the mark. I ain't missing it. He said, everything that you tell me you want, I'm going to give it to you. And so now I pray on behalf of the people because now God said to me, you have inclined your voice to my ear. You can incline your voice to God's ear. You can live such a life. God said, if you make peace with me, he said, I'll make the very enemies be at peace with you. There is something that God acknowledges in your talk, in your prayer, in you communing with him, where he will lean down from his throne and say, what can I do for you, my child? Because you're steadfast. You're unmovable, always abounding, always abounding. See, that's why you don't look back, always abounding in the works of the Lord. Lisa Baskerville, I haven't seen you in a while. And God said, because of your work, he said, you have inclined your voice to my ear. David had the voice that God said, what do you need, David, even when you messed up? Because his heart was pure. You could have a pure-hearted person pray for you and stuff will line up for you so fast. No, Avis, I'm going to tell you like I told Natasha, you can't relocate. No, this is not the season for you to move. Some of you moved and had to go back because you didn't ask God, shall I move? Do I open a business? Do I close a business? What do I do, God? What do I do? You better trust God. I don't care how crazy I look right now. God, do I continue this business? Is there another stream of income? What do you want me to do? God, do I go to my family? Do I talk to them? If you have a conversation with your family that has always taught you that you the bottom of the dream pool, you the black sheep, now they want to talk to you. No, do I talk to them, God? I don't care who you sticking in the grave. God, I love the family, but do you want me to go to the funeral? Yeah. You ask them, what do you do? God, tell me what to do. Do I get involved with this person? I know I'm old. I know my edge is drying up. I understand that I want a husband, a man, or whatever it is that y'all want. Do you want me to do this, God? I'm not moving until you confirm it. Do I go on this job interview today? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to sell paparazzi jewelry? Do you want me not to sell paparazzi? I've been doing this. What do you want me to do? And I promise you, God's going to confirm it. You better not do one thing without confirming it and say, God, listen, do you want me to take 2 steps or 3? Consult God before you ask a friend. Consult God before you ask a friend. Because your friend is sitting back jealous about what God is doing, and they'll give you the wrong information, and you'll take it as confirmation, and it'll mess you up. It is time for you to stop going 2 steps back and go 9 steps forward, because God told you the direction you're supposed to be in. Some of you are messing it up because you're running your mouth. Corinne Corbett, bless you. I'm in Brooklyn. You are running your mouth. You talking to people and you're asking them questions. And there are some people, they have the answer, but they will not give it to you because you're moving too fast in this season and they can't figure out why. You know why? I'm consulting God. What do you want me to do? And I promise to tell you, I walked across the I broke down. I broke down crying. And he wrapped his arms around. And then his son came up to me. He says, you'll understand it. You've been doing this. You've been doing this a long time. And God said it's time for your reward. This is the reward. And God said the season of reward is upon you. But somebody does not want you to receive the reward of your labor. God said your labor will not be in vain. And some of you have been toiling and working and you've been, what God, when God, when? And God says, I've got to reward you for your workmanship. I've got to reward you for your obedience. I've got to reward you. One girl said something, and it was the stupidest post I've ever read in my life. But I'm going to tell you what it said. It said, I'm tired of manifesting. I want to see it. Nobody understands what is manifested evidence. What does it mean to manifest? What does it mean? What does it mean? Manifestation means that it's already here. Your obedience has to line up with the eureka. Manifested evidence is this is proof. And this is the characteristics. And this is not just a move of God. This is the seed time and harvest growing all around me. Just hold on. You're going to see it. Because of your workmanship. Your labor is not in vain. It's not in vain. A workman is worthy of his wages. And God said, because of your work, I have to reward you, not just in wages. I reward your deeds. The enemy wants you to give up. So he wants you to give up. He said, if I can get them to give up, they will not see that their labor, your labor ain't in vain. All that you're doing. And I said, God, I got off of a flight for this. And even though my parents are not here, even though someone is not here to see you walk across the stage, congratulations, sweetie, you did it. Congratulations, you opened a business. Congratulations, you closed the business. Congratulations, you got out of a toxic relationship. Congratulations, you made friends. Congratulations, you went beyond the doctor's report. Congratulations, you still going. Congratulations, you've made the headlines. Congratulations. I need everybody up the timeline to follow my brother Bishop West and just put congratulations. 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 You are so hard on yourself until you can see that you owe yourself congratulations. Congratulations, Kim, on your new opportunity. Go in there and kick butt. Congratulations, Angela, on your new book. Congratulations, Iris. Congratulations, everyone up and down the timeline. Say congratulations. And we're congratulating 2,000 people because they refuse to give up, because they realize my race was not given to the swift and nor to the strong, but it's because I endured, and I am not going in the ground until the end when I am empty. Because congratulations, I'm pushing past my fear. Congratulations, I'm not where I was, but I ain't where I used to be. Congratulations, I am one step closer to my victory. Acknowledge the steps and never mind the platform. Acknowledge the steps, never mind the platform. 2,000 people acknowledge the steps, never mind the platform. Congratulations, because you looked at somebody that tried to make you a stumbling block that is now a great stepping stone. Congratulations on the footprints on your back, because it's because of you God has allowed me to go higher, and I did not waver in my faith. Congratulations. Congratulations, those of you who got married. Congratulations for those who got divorced. What type of pastor will congratulate somebody that got a divorce? It is one of the most amazing things that changed the trajectory of my life, that brought me the most amazing husband a woman could ask for. Congratulations, you did not stay in a toxic relationship. Congratulations, you went to counseling. Congratulations, you talked back to the enemy and says, I'm going to stay in the fight despite what it looks like. Congratulations. And God began to speak to me. He began to speak to me, and he said, it is because you got confirmation that I can say, congratulations, this is my time. I am supposed to be here. And so congratulate yourself. That old bishop, and I'm going to say his name, Bishop Claude Campbell. I did my first initial sermon in Brooklyn when I was a kid. I was at the age of 13 at Kingsborough College at 13, preaching to the Christian Club at Kingsborough College. My friend Elder Andre McNear, who was part of Bishop Huey L. Rogers' ministry, was there. And I was 13. And then I got older, and I began to start ministry. When everybody was running rampant and doing what they do, I stayed in the face of God. The anointing fell on me at Bishop Jim Simula's church in Brooklyn on Atlantic Avenue. I ran home. I told my mother. And then all of a sudden I grew up. I got married. I got divorced. But I still did ministry. And I said, God, I know the season. And I said, okay, God, this is scary for me. But I pushed past my fear. Someone said, I just got the new job. Congratulations. I pushed by my fear. And I heard God. And I sat with the bishops. And I said, God, confirm before I get in there and hug any of them. And Bishop Claude L. Campbell turned around with his wife, which he calls Honeybee Sweetie. They've been married for 66 years. And I was able to introduce him to my husband. An opportunity that I did not have with my biological one. And even though my husband knew my father, he never got a chance to introduce me as his wife. And so it was honorable to turn to Bishop and Mother and say, meet my husband, the one that God ordained. And I began to cry. And he began to walk inside of the building with me. And as I met one of the bishops, they said to me, how did this happen? Did you know that he was going to be here? And Wesley, I said, no, I didn't. And one of the bishops said, are you serious? You didn't know that he was going to be coming here today? I said, I promise you, I didn't know. I said, this is God. He said, you had no idea? Are you serious? I said, no, I haven't seen him in years. Years. I think the last time I saw him, Hunter was a baby, or just born. And I said, God, this is confirmation. And I'll push past my fear. And once he hugged me, these are tears of joy. Once he hugged me, I grabbed my husband's hand. And Michelle was right there too, my sister. And I said, let's go, guys. I sat down and I was in awe. And I was asking questions. And I was able to stand there, not just as Jameliah, as who God says I was from the foundation of the earth. Because I waited to hear confirmation. And God said, I will confirm every step of the way as long as you ask me and don't move until I say. I am asking you, over 2,000 people, please consult God in your matters. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it until God says to do it. Don't mess up where you're going because your flesh wants what it wants. He'll confirm it. Peace will come with it and a whole lot of happy tears. I promise you. Michelle is going up the timeline. She's going to do something for me because I got something to do at 10 o'clock. And even though it's been confirmed, I want to be in the mind of God while I do what he says. There is a greater harvest coming because of your obedience. There is a greater harvest coming. Erica Mitchell, congratulations. Some of the greatest things that you have to do, even if God puts you in a position and you don't want to do it and you do it, he rewards you not just for your faithfulness, but he'll give you double for your shame. Understand what I'm going to say. Michelle, hear me. Today, would you please just sow 77 for me? For me. And the reason why I'm doing it for me is because I'm seeing God's confirmation because I consult him about what I say. But I want to be mentally healthy to handle the harvest. You ever thought about that? I am sowing because I want to be mentally healthy to handle this harvest. Most people, you're not mentally healthy to handle your harvest. That means you don't know what to do with all of that. You don't know how to move in it. Your harvest is here, but your labor is not ready to work. And if you want to be in a place of correction where God says don't do this, you got to have the strength to receive the correction. Because God will put somebody in a season of their life and they'll mess it up because they're not mentally prepared to handle the harvest. The harvest is ripe, but the laborers are few. And God said you won't be ashamed of your workmanship. I thank you all. Those of you who says, can I do it too? You do it. If you want to do 17,727, but do 47 business owners, 47 business owners. Because you have to be mentally ready to handle the harvest. Because a harvest will hit you and you'll be scared. A harvest will hit you and you'll be like, okay, all right, God, I'm in this now. It happened. Give me all that I need to handle what's before me. He's giving it to you. But you better have the characteristics. And you better have the wonderful fruit to handle the harvest. That means the fruits of the Spirit. You need patience to handle the harvest. Love to handle the harvest. You want a husband? Yeah, he's here. But you got to be mentally right to handle that harvest. A wife, mentally right to handle the harvest. So many people get positions in power and places and relationships and mess it up because they don't have the mental capacity to handle the harvest. God's going to confirm it. And when he gives it to you, be mentally prepared to handle the harvest because you have to be. I love you. Pray for me. I'll show you later, but don't you dare laugh. God bless you. Let's go, Shell. Let's go.